この番組はご覧のスポンサーの提供でお送りしました。
In the previous episode, Takemichi and his friends fought 300 delinquents from the Tenjiku gang. Then when Takemichi was overwhelmed, Kazaki suddenly appeared and he said, "Yo, hero. Captain of the 3rd Division of Tokyo Manji. I became leader of Yokohama Tenjiku." Takemichi said, "Leader of Tenjiku? You changed sides because you were fired from Tokyo Manji?" Kazaki said, "Takemichi, don't compare your stupid brain to mine. I created my own Tokyo Manji." "Your Tokyo Manji? One day Mikey will acknowledge me." Takemichi thought back, what is he talking about? What did he mean by hero? Suddenly Hanma appears. "Kazaki, we should go." "Hanma?" Then Kazaki said, "This is the end for you. Are you really going to die like this? See you on the other side then." After that, Kazaki and Hanma left that place. Then one of the delinquents who were over there said, "In your Tokyo Manji, there are 5 divisions, right? Are the other 4 as weak as you?" He came dragging Chifuyu, and he said, "Tokyo Manji, you're pieces of cake. That person is Yokohama Tenjiku's 4th heavenly king, Mochizuki Kanji or Mochi." Then he threw Chifuyu, who was unconscious. Then Mochi said to his men, "The boys contacted me, they're fighting in Shinjuku. I'm going. And about them, beat them up until they can't stand up anymore. Listen, before the guys from Kakucho arrive, blow up Tokyo Manji. Knock them dead. Clean it all up." "Yes, boss." Then they swarmed Takemichi and the gang. "We're going to get punched? How many are they in Tenjiku?" Suddenly heard the exhaust noise. "Huh? What is it? He's hitting us with his motorcycle. It's the twin brothers of Meguro. Run. He's gonna mow us." Then the delinquents from Yokohama Tenjiku all ran away from that place. Then the writer said, "Yo, 1st Division Captain." "Huh? This guy is the 4th Division Captain? Nahoya Kawada?" But Nahoya usually smiles. He said, "Look, turns out he was carrying an injured Takuya on the road." Suddenly someone said, "It's me, Nahoya." Takemichi was shocked. "Another Nahoya?" Then with an angry expression, he said, "He fell on the road and got injured. Can you drive him to the hospital? He needs help." Takemichi is confused. "You're angry. But nice?" Then Yamagishi explained to Takemichi, they're twin brothers. The devil who hides behind a smile, the older brother Smiley. And the angels who hide behind his anger, the younger brother Angry. They are the 4th Division Captain and Vice Captain of the Tokyo Manji gang. Sota Kawada or Angry, 4th Vice Captain. And Nahoya Kawada or Smiley, 4th Division Captain. Then Angry said, "Mochi said he was going to Shinjuku, right?" "Yeah, but we're going to join him." Takemichi was surprised. "Huh? The 4th Division Captains are twins." Then Smiley and Angry said, "Can you stand Chifuyu?" "Yeah." "Chifuyu. Takemichi. Get on the back, and hold on tight. We're gonna have some fun at Yokohama." After that, they went to Yokohama. On the way they talked. Takemichi said, "Are we really going to Yokohama now?" Smiley said, "Yeah, the Tenjiku is a sea of chickens." "Sea of chicken? Anyways, Chifuyu, you got beaten up by Mochi, didn't you?" With an annoyed face Chifuyu said, "Huh? I won't lose that easily. I just got punched once. I never lost. It's not a real defeat. And now is the time for revenge, right?" Then Smiley said, "But you fainted after that, so it's better for you to take it easy. Stop being tough, Chifuyu. Mochi is so fucking strong. We lost to him once." The two of you lost? To that Mochi guy? He's that strong?" Then Angry said, "Yeah, we knew him since way before we got Tokyo Manji. It was around that time when we formed our team Sugoku. We always got beaten up by a Kawasaki team called Jigemu. Then Smiley tells her past. We really couldn't eliminate that team. One day we assembled at the riverbank. Let's get rid of their captain then. Okay then. And back then, Jugem's captain was Mochizuki Kanji, or Mochi. It was an utter defeat. Then Angry said, then I challenged him too, and I immediately went home. Chifuyu asked, why are you guys having fun, talking about your own defeat? We don't fight to win. This time we're going to fight them together, Takemichi. Anyways, if Tenjiku is already sending out their strong offense teams like Mochi, Tokyo Manji has no choice but to win, right? Then suddenly Angry said, look Smiley. Tenjiku. Get off Takemichi. I'd like to find out where Tenjiku's hideout is. You guys wait here, okay? Then Smiley and Angry beat up and interrogate Tenjiku's delinquent they saw earlier, to find the hiding place of Tenjiku's other delinquents. While waiting for Angry and Smiley, Takemichi and Chifuyu they started discussing. Then Takemichi said, I met Kazaki. Huh? He's gotta be the one behind all this Tenjiku mess. What's his deal? I don't know. But there's one thing that's been in my mind ever since. That I think I finally understood. That you understood? It's really strange. I keep on failing, no matter how many times I go back. Even though I saved Draken I still failed. Ending the Black Dragons and kicking out Kazaki while at it, I still failed. No matter what I did, the future never turns well. Why? Chifuyu. What if? What if whenever I come back to the future that I've altered, there's someone who messes up the future? What if Kazaki can time leap? Chifuyu was surprised to hear those words. Huh? The hell? Don't say something so foolish. That's impossible. Takemichi said, our conversation at the bathhouse. Do you remember? About how Mikey needs Kazaki? Yeah, when Kazaki was kicked out of Tokyo Manji, Mikey fell into darkness. That's how the situation is 12 years later. That's what I thought. I'm convinced that's the case, since I always fail on fixing the future. But I was wrong. Kazaki is not necessary to Mikey. In fact, Kazaki always wanted the same thing. Kazaki always wanted to create when the conditions were met. His own Tokyo Manji. This time again it was probably him who pulled the Tenjiku strings. Chifuyu was surprised to hear Takemichi's explanation. Which means Kazaki can go back in time and to the future just like you. Just to change Tokyo Manji to his own liking? Maybe. Come to think of it, no matter how many times you tried, you always fail. Takemichi said, I'm convinced. So if everything was actually manipulated by Kazaki, then a bitter memory flashed through Takemichi's mind. About his friend who died because of Kazaki's actions. When account. Baji. Chifuyu in the future. Those bitter memories Takemichi made up his mind, I will never forgive him. Then Chifuyu said, Takemichi. Do you see how impatient you are? Until now all your efforts were ruined by Kazaki. But Takemichi. Stop making that face. Just then, Chifuyu tried to cheer up Takemichi. Then Chifuyu said, but the most important thing now, is fixing things with Tenjiku. And to find out if it's actually Kazaki who's been pulling the strings in the shadows. If Kazaki is a time leaper too, he must be desperate now. Because he died in the future, right? Then Takemichi realized, in that case, he can't go back to the future. This time, Kazaki failed too. Chifuyu said, we need to make sure that Kazaki can actually travel. We have to start our plan by confirming this. Kazaki is with the Tenjiku. They're probably their hideout. Not long after that, Smiley and Angry came back. They said, hey, we know where the Tenjiku's hideout is. Get on bike. Then they continued their journey. On their way to discuss, Takemichi said, so what kind of gang is the Tenjiku? Smiley said, they were created recently so we don't have much info on them. Right, Angry? Yeah, but we're sure they're dangerous. They may be a new gang, but they have already conquered all gangs in Kanagawa. Well, not all of them are monsters like Mochi. They are a lot. Tokyo Manji can barely be a match. Then the scene moves to Shinjuku. There you can see Matsuya fighting against Mochi and other Tenjiku delinquents. Matsuya said, "The world is vast. I didn't know a monster like you existed." Then Mochi said, "There's strong-willed people like you in Tokyo Manji." Huh? This is getting fun. This guy. Suddenly someone came. Yo Mochi. Why are you having all the fun with yourself? He is the younger brother of Heitani brothers. Heitani Rindo. The Heitani brothers? Then suddenly someone came behind Matsuya. And he hit Matsuya on the back of the head. I got you. Forgive me for the unfairness. He is the heavenly king of Tenjiku. Oldest Heitani brother. Heitani ran. Due to a sudden attack from Heitani ran, Matsuya falls to the ground. Seeing that incident, Mochi was very angry. Yo. Don't just steal someone's target from the sidelines. Rindo said, my brother always takes over the best parts. I also hate the way he poses. Then Ran said, but the results are what matter, right? Tokyo Manji is not easy to fight. We haven't got caught off guard yet, so it's best we deal with them quickly. After defeating Matsuya they left. So it's not just Jugum's former leader, but also the Heitani brothers. The Tenjiku is really formidable. Then the scene moved to Shibuya. In the crowd, as seen in this scene, Tenjiku's delinquents are beating up the members of Tokyo Manji. Next, he is the heavenly king of Tenjiku, Madarame Shien, former 9th captain of Black Dragons. Then the scene moves to Yokohama. Seen in this scene, Takemichi, Chifuyu, Smileys, and Angry, they have arrived at Tenjiku's hideout. It's much more than we thought. That means, it turns out that their arrival has been awaited by Tenjiku's delinquents. So this is their hideout, or rather, we've fallen in their trap. They're been waiting for us. Huh? He looks familiar. It looks like one of Tenjiku's leaders is waiting for them. So you've come. He is Tenjiku Heavenly King's fighter. Kakucho or Kaku. Takemichi asked, how many are there? 100. 4 versus 100, huh? Get 'em guys. After that, the whole Tenjiku gang went out. Then Kaku said, 4 against 100, that would be a bit unfair, no? Let's do a 4 against 1. Then Smiley said, whoa, you got balls, huh? Shitheads. 4th Division Captain Nahoya Kawada. But if you're gonna fight by yourself, then I'll do the same. With a smile, Kaku said, Heavenly King of Tenjiku. Kakucho. Let's go. Then the scene moves to Mikey. At that place, Mikey was seen talking to Taiyaki. Are you running away to the sea too? Then suddenly someone came up to Mikey, and he said, hey, Taiyaki-kun, how did that end again? Who knows? I forgot. Who are you? I'm Kurakawa Izana. Nice motorcycles. See you soon. Then the scene returns to Tenjiku Yokohama's hideout. At that place Smiley and Kaku are still fighting each other. Meanwhile Chifuyu and the others were just watching them fighting. Yeah, uppercut. My heart can't handle seeing more. Incredible. These two are fighting tirelessly. In his final attack Smiley gives Kakucho a kick. After receiving a kick from Smiley, Kakucho fell to the ground, and he was unconscious. The rest of Tokyo Manji's members cheer for Smiley's victory. Then Smiley said, it's true that you're strong, Kakucho. Heavenly King, huh? Alright, let's go back to Tokyo. After getting the victory they go from that place. Takemichi thought for a moment, he was a good guy anyway. Somehow, there's something I can't get out of my mind about this Kikucho. Oh well, maybe I'm overthinking. Suddenly Kikucho shouted. That's annoying, Takemichi. Huh? Takemichi suddenly remembered his childhood. Kaku? Then with a smile, Kaku said, so you finally remember. Idiot Michi. Second year of elementary, right? Then Takemichi said, Kaku. Remembered. Yeah, it was when I changed school in second elementary. Are you doing good? Then Kaku said, we too have a lot of discussions. I purposely lost. Liar. I'm serious. I'm extremely strong, you know? Yeah. Then with a smile, Takemichi said, it reminds me of the good times. We were fighting like idiots, and you hated losing. Little Kaku became a heavenly king now. Then Kaku said, and you? According to the rumors you're now the first division captain in Tokyo Manji. You haven't changed either. You were my hero. The Tenjiku leader is called Kurakawa Izana. Huh? Now my hero is called Kurakawa Izana. And I dedicated my life to him. So in conclusion, we are enemies now. That's why I'm asking you to save Kurakawa Izana. Takemichi said, Kaku. What do you mean by help Kurakawa Izana? Kaku replied, Takemichi. I don't really understand this conflict. That fucker Kazaki is using Izana. Kazaki again? Then the scene changes. Tokyo Manji's emergency meeting begins. At that time Takemichi in his mind was wondering. Once again, am I being played around by Kazaki? Hopefully in this meeting, I can get a clue. Then Draken opened the meeting. Tokyo Manji Gang emergency meeting, begin. Yesterday, our members were raided all over Tokyo by Yokohama's Tenjiku. The members of Tokyo Manji wonder at Draken's words. Tenjiku is a gang that was formed recently. We have no clue how the gang is like. We are looking for any information about them from you guys. Therefore, first of all, report your first division. Please step forward. Then Chifuyu and Takemichi stepped forward. Chifuyu said, the ones who attacked us were called the Mochizuki unit. Mochizuki unit? Then Smiley said, it's a unit led by the former Jigemu captain. Mochizuki Kanji. They're probably Tenjiku's strongest unit. Then Matsuya said, Tenjiku's strongest unit isn't Mochizuki. Tenjiku also has the Heitani brothers. Then Draken said, Mikey, does this align with the rest of our members who got attacked? They got beaten up by Madarame. Mikey said, I see. Tokyo Manji is getting crushed by the ghosts of 9th generation black dragons. Which means, Tenjiku is a team formed by a bunch of S62 generation guys who never teamed up. And now they formed a team together. Then Draken said, they must have a really deep connection with Tokyo Manji. Mikey said, anyways, I don't give a shit if we're getting beaten up. We are going to attack Yokohama next. I see. Then the whole Tokyo Manji members cheer for their war against Tenjiku. Then Takemichi said, no way. Kazaki expected this fight to happen. Chifuyu said, so, things don't have to follow his expectations. Huh? What do you mean? Man, you're truly an idiot. What the hell, man? Chifuyu said, you can find out what happens in the future, right? You swore to not to time leap. But it should be cool to go back when you really need to. Have a talk with Naoto in the future. He should know something. After the meeting, Takemichi went to meet Naoto. Takemichi ran with a lot of questions in mind. What is going on now? What is Kazaki's scheme? And is Kazaki truly a time leaper as well? I didn't want to go back to that horrible future, but I have no choice. Then Takemichi arrived in front of Hina's house, At that time Takemichi made up his mind. For the sake of a better future, I'll go back no matter how many times. Not long after that Hina came. Did you get in a fight again? That's right. That day I promised, right in front of the blazing flames. I will do whatever it takes. Then after that Takemichi went straight to Naoto and did a time leap. Year 2018, Takemichi finally arrived in the future. Then Takemichi explained all the new events he learned in the past to Naoto. Naoto said, I see. So if Kazaki truly is a time leaper, we have to kill him. There's no point if he keeps on messing up the things you've fixed. Therefore killing him in the past is the only solution. No way. I'm kidding. Naoto, can you read the situation? Naoto said, I wonder what the hell was Kazaki aiming for. 12 years ago, Kazaki used Tenjiku to take over Tokyo Manji. But in this timeline, the name Tenjiku wasn't even known to the police. Plus, Kazaki is already dead. Takemichi said, then that means, Kazaki failed? Maybe Kazaki had miscalculated something? Kurakawa Izana? Then Takemichi remembered what Kaku had said in the past. Tenjiku's captain is Kurakawa Izana. Ah. Naoto. Who's that person? Naoto replied, he's Tokyo Manji's one and only executive. If I'm not mistaken, he was the Black Dragon's captain. Takemichi denied Naoto's words. The Black Dragon's captain? What are you saying, Naoto? This person was Tenjiku's captain. What is going on? Was I seeing things wrong in the past? Naoto started to think, this guy is Tenjiku's captain? Kurakawa Izana. Seems like he's important to investigate. Yeah. I will investigate through the police network right away. Oh, okay. I'll investigate things myself too. After that, they split up to look for new clues about Tenjiku. When Takemichi was walking alone, he started to think. Well, so much for investigating things myself. I couldn't find a single thing. Wait a minute, so what were the ex-members of Black Dragons, Inui, and Koko doing? If I meet those two, maybe I'll learn something. Well, I don't even know where they are now. Suddenly Takemichi realized. Black Dragons? That's right, I should check out that place. After that, Takemichi went to the church, where it was the previous battle between Tokyo Manji versus Black Dragons. Although they weren't good memories. We fought the Black Dragons here. And I thought the outcome would finally bring us a better future. We prevented Yuzuha from killing her own brother. Then Black Dragons got recruited into the first division. And we got Kazaki out from Tokyo Manji. Despite all that, the future didn't get any better. In fact, it got worse. Ah, damn it. What should I do now? Suddenly someone said, man, shut up. You should pray for him in the underworld too. Ever since he died, I come here every day. Will Hake be a coward, even in heaven? Amen. Takemichi was very surprised because the person he was talking to earlier was Taiju Shiba. He was the former leader of the 10th generation Black Dragons. Then Taiju approaches Takemichi. Then he said, they're all dead, huh? How are you? Tanigaki. Then with a look full of hope Takemichi said in his heart, I've finally found it. A survivor who knows Tokyo Manji's past. Then Takemichi said to Taiju, can we talk for a little while? It's about Kurakawa Izana, and the Black Dragons. I want to ask you about them. That's when Takemichi introduced Naoto to Taiju. Then Taiju said, save the introduction for later. Come follow me. After that, Taiju took the two of them to his shop. Then Taiju said, listen here, I don't give a about cooperating with the cops. But through Hake I too have connections with Tokyo Manji. So it's an exchange of information. I want to know what the cops know as well. Whatever we discuss here, stays here. Understood. Don't hesitate to eat. This is my shop. Taiju said, so, you want to know about Kurakawa Izana and the Black Dragon Gang, right? Takemichi said, yes, Kurakawa Izana, isn't he the captain of Tenjiku? Why did he become Black Dragon's captain? Did he become a member of Tokyo Manji or something? While lighting his cigarette, Taiju said, you're mistaken. You got it in the wrong order. First, let's start with the Black Dragon. Black Dragons. I was the 10th captain of Black Dragon. You remember that much, right? Do you know who created the Black Dragon? Who? The first generation captain, Sano Shinichiro? Yup. The person who made the Black Dragon Gang was Mikey's brother. Then Takemichi remembered Mikey's words in the past, even though my brother is a top delinquent, he's weak in fights. My brother who leads the fiercest people in Japan. He's always shining bright. Takemichi was surprised, Mikey's brother as Black Dragon's founder? Taiju said, yeah, the first generation of Black Dragon was legendary. Then the second and third generations. They continuously inherited that. Eventually, the baton was passed down to Kurakawa Izana, the 8th generation captain. Takemichi said, 8th generation? That means he was way before you, the 10th generation captain? Yeah. Then Takemichi started thinking, Tokyo Manji was formed when the 9th generation got defeated. So 8th generation was before Toman's birth. Then Takemichi remembered Chifuyu's words, Toman defeated the Black Dragon before. Then Toman rose and became a famous gang. Then Takemichi asked, so, Kurakawa Izana must be older than you, Taiju? Taiju replied, yeah, 2 years older than me, the S62 generation. S62 generation? Tenjiku's members. It's all connected. Taiju said, Kurakawa Izana retired from Black Dragon, and made Tenjiku 3 years later. Tokyo Manji over. Then the Kanto incident happened. Takemichi was shocked, Kanto incident? That is happening now 12 years ago. Then Takemichi asked, who won, Tokyo Manji or Tenjiku? Taiju replied, you should know, right? Huh? Actually. Taiju said, whatever, I won't tell you who won that prolonged conflict. I'll end this discussion with how Tokyo Manji and Tenjiku merged. Sano Manjiro is the top. Number 2 is Kazaki Tada. Number 3 is Kurakawa Izana. A group of history's worst gangsters was born. Takemichi started to think, again. He's there. In the end Kazaki is still in Tokyo Manji. But yeah, Kazaki is dead. Taiju said, are you sure Kazaki's dead? Tachibana Naoto. Then Naoto said, Takemichi. I've investigated things about Kurakawa Izana. Kurakawa somehow has a huge amount of influence on the police. Kurakawa is a much bigger person than we first thought. Taiju said, Kazaki was made to be dead, right? Then Naoto said, murder, assault, theft. Kazaki was alleged with various crimes, so he escaped overseas, having prepared a dead body to pass as Kazaki. That's impossible. So Kazaki is alive. Taiju said, Sano is dead. Then Kazaki is overseas. Therefore, the Tokyo Manji top is now Kurakawa Izana. Takemichi said, this guy, is Tokyo Manji number 1? Why him? Then Taiju said, I don't know, but Sano trusted Izana more than Ryuguji Ken. Takemichi was shocked, more than Draken? What the hell are you? Kurakawa Izana. Suddenly someone came. If it isn't former bosses having a private conversation, are we? Turns out it was Koko and Inui. They came with Tokyo Manji's troops. Then Inui said, under Kurakawa's orders, we've come to seize you all. Koko said, there's a sneaky rat sniffing around, I see. Sitting face to face with my former leaders. Former 1st Division Captain of Tokyo Manji, Hanagaki Takemichi. And former 10th Captain of Black Dragon, Shiba Taiju. Then Inui said, "You guys are prying into Kurakawa Izana. Therefore you are all Tokyo Manji's enemies." Suddenly Taiju laughs. And he said, "You guys? My enemies? The guys who've always clung onto the Black Dragons. And the Black Dragon's wallet. Does Izana meet your requirements? Inui. And are you still Tokyo Manji wallet? Kokonoi. Standing in front of me are just a bunch of blockheads." Then Taiju said to Takemichi and Naoto, "Hanagaki. Escape from the back door. Huh? Things won't look good though. Tachibana Naoto. Please tell me the truth about Hake's death. I don't believe Sano did it. I don't know how he ended up at Sano hideout. But I'm sure Kurakawa Izana was behind it. Please clear Hake's regrets, alright? Yes. Go." Taiju, "Thank you for everything." With a smile Taiju said, "It's my debt to you." Just then, the members of Tokyo Manji try to catch up to Takemichi and Naoto. But quickly Taiju blocked them, and beat them. This brings me back. Entertain me, Tokyo Manji. He's still the same guy after all. And seen in this panel, Takemichi and Naoto escape through the back door. Takemichi started to think, the guy who's always clinging to Black Dragon. Black Dragon's wallet? Inui and Koko. They should be the key to learn more about Kurakawa Izana, right? Suddenly Takemichi stopped running, and he said, "Naoto. What's wrong Takemichi?" Takemichi said, "I think we should go back. Those who definitely know a lot. I want to know more about the Kanto incident. I will go back." Suddenly someone called Takemichi from a narrow alley. Takemichi. It was Kazaki who suddenly appeared pointing a gun at Takemichi. Die. Suddenly Naoto runs and tries to protect Takemichi, so Naoto gets shot from Kazaki. Naoto. Kazaki said, "That was uncalled for." Takemichi crawled over to Naoto, and he took Naoto on his lap. "Hang in there Naoto." In a dying state Naoto said, "Takemichi. Run." Suddenly someone came, and he said, "I should be the one who's supposed to kill Tachibana Naoto, right? Kazaki." Then Kazaki said, "Sorry Izana, this fucker tried to protect Takemichi." Izana? Then Izana approached Takemichi and Naoto, then he said, "You guys killed my Mikey." My Mikey? Suddenly Izana called someone. Kakucho. Kaku? Kill him. Yes sir. Immediately Takemichi remembered what Kaku had said in the past. He said, "Please save Kurakawa Izana." And suddenly, seen in this scene, Takemichi and Naoto are dying from the gunshot wounds that Kazaki and Kakucho gave them. Good job. Well, that's disappointing. Then in a dying state Takemichi said, "Naoto. I'm sorry." Naoto said, "Takemichi. When I first found you in the future timeline, you got me depressed. I thought to myself, can this pathetic wimp really commit to all this? How can my sister fall in love with such a person? It's weird. No matter how much you failed, you always came back to me. Now that I think of it, that's how a hero would act like. You never give up, even when you've failed so many times. Takemichi. You are my pride. This is our final handshake. Takemichi. Dying sure as scary, huh? Quick, since I'm still breathing." Then in his dying state Takemichi made up his mind. This will not be the last. I won't let it. I won't give up. Ever. Year, 2006. Takemichi returned to the past. At that time Takemichi rushed to meet the little Naoto in the past, to make sure Naoto's condition was okay. He's safe. Naoto can't die yet. Naoto said, "Why do you call me here all of the sudden? It's midnight." Then Takemichi came closer to Naoto. "I'll go back to the future with a handshake." He held Naoto's hand. "Come on." And Takemichi hopes he can make a time leap into the future. "Please. I'm begging you." Naoto. Then Takemichi recalled the memories with Naoto when they first met. "I'm Tachibana Naoto. You changed my fate on the 4th of July, 2005. Please cooperate with me. Only you can save my sister." And about their struggle to change the future for the better. "Takemichi, please don't overdo yourself. You've always supported me. I've come this far because of Naoto. Wailing like this won't help you. You saved my life. Only you can change Tokyo Manji and save my sister. Naoto." Then little Naoto said, "Takemichi, are you alright?" "Yes, I'm alright. Sorry for calling you all of the sudden. You can go home now." Time goes on. At that time, Takemichi was seen contemplating in the park, then Takemichi thought that Naoto was back in the park. Takemichi said, "You're still here, huh? Just go home, man." Say Naoto. "Do you still remember that day when I first met you? Hina died. So, I leapt through time. Me and you from the future worked together really hard to save your sister. But now, I can't go back to the future. Because you in the future died. What should I do now? Can't help but ask you." "That's right. I just need to change the past, right? Then I can save Naoto and Hina too." "That's right. If I save you guys, then I can go back to the future. And then I will fail. I will fail again. That's it. Maybe I should die." Suddenly Hina appears behind Takemichi. And she said, "I love you." Takemichi surprised. "Hina. You've been listening?" "Yeah. It seems like you're misunderstanding me and Naoto. Damn. I talked too much about the future." Then Hina said, "What's your real age, Takemichi?" 26. "I didn't hear everything. So, can you tell me one thing?" Takemichi from the future. "Have you proposed to me yet?" Takemichi was surprised to hear that. "No. Not yet. But, I've thought a lot about getting married." "What the hell am I saying?" And propose?" "Yeah. That's too. Well, I can die happy now." Takemichi made up his mind. Hina. "I'll definitely not give up." Time passed until morning. Then Hina said, "It's morning now." "Yeah. Better go home before mom and dad wake up." Takemichi said, "Hina, about today. The future thing." With a smile Hina replied, "I didn't hear about that." After that Hina came back home. After talking with Hina, Takemichi got a new motivation. "Alright, there's a shit ton I gotta do. Now I know who's our enemy. Thanks for this time leap." Kurikawa Izana. This guy who was never mentioned in the future before. He's definitely behind Mikey's fall into darkness. Along with him, Kazaki. I'll beat Kurikawa Izana and Kazaki. This time I'll hunt you down. Whether Kazaki time leaps or not, that can wait. Right now I gotta focus on Izana. It's messy, but I need to cast Tenjiku aside first. Right now, all I want to know is, why would Mikey trust Kurikawa Izana that much? By now, Mikey's must have met Kurikawa Izana, right? After that, the scene changes to Manjiro's house. At that time Emma was preparing food for breakfast. Grandpa, wake Mikey up. Then seen at that moment, Mikey who just woke up, and he was still holding the towel in his hand. Then the Manjiro family's breakfast begins. While having breakfast, suddenly Draken came to Mikey's house. Mikey, I'm here. Mikey said, go wait in my room Kenshin. I met Takemichi just now. I'll bring him along alright? Okay. After that, Draken and Takemichi went to Mikey's room. Takemichi said, this is Mikey's room? Oh. It's in different buildings. Then Draken told Takemichi, this way originally the garage, where Shinichiro tinkered his bike all the time. Me and Mikey always came here and watched him work. He never got tires I tell ya. At that time Takemichi was amazed by Mikey's room. Wow. Mikey's room is so cool. His stuff is kinda mature, isn't it? Draken said, well, most of it is Shinichiro's stuff. Suddenly Mikey appeared and he said, I only own the bed. It's still morning, don't be so loud. Then Takemichi told about Kurakawa Izana. Mikey said, so, it was him the other day. While brushing Mikey's hair, Draken said, huh. You meet him? Yeah. So he's Tenjiku's captain. Draken said, he was Black Dragon's 8th captain. And now Tenjiku. Maybe he has a connection to Shinichiro. Takemichi, our discussion stays here. Yeah. Draken said, Shinichiro is the founder of Black Dragon. Yeah. Huh? Shouldn't you be more surprised? Ah. Damn. That's right. I learned this information from the future. No. I was so shocked by my voice. Then Draken continued his explanation, well, anyways. The only people who know about this are me, Mikey, and Baji. We decided to keep it as a secret, since Kazutora got into trouble with the Black Dragon. Then Mikey said, before I confronted the 9th generation of Black Dragon, I talked to my brother. 2 years ago. Shinichiro said, I see. So, you got into trouble with the Black Dragon, huh? Then Mikey said, Shinichiro. Black Dragon isn't as cool as before. Shinichiro said, yeah, I know. Ever since the 8th generation, things have changed. Black Dragon was everything to me. Do whatever you want Manjiro. I want you to take over Black Dragon. Since I left the team for you. Draken said, so, the person who corrupted Black Dragon was the 8th captain, Kurakawa Izana. Takemichi was surprised, so, they're connected. Not long after that, Emma came to bring tea. Then he served tea to the guys. Takemichi said, Kurakawa Izana. Just who the hell is he? Overhearing Takemichi's words, Emma said, my brother. At that time they wondered what Emma said. Then Emma said, like I said, he is my brother. Then Emma tells about her childhood. At that time Emma's mother said, Emma, say bye-bye to your brother. Little Izana said, I guess this is goodbye. Big bro will be going to school now. School? Is it a fun place? Then while walking away Izana said, someday. We'll definitely meet again. It's a promise, Emma. Emma said, come on Mikey. I told you so many times. Because he's also your half-brother. My original name was Kurakawa and I have a brother by that name. Really? But at that time Mikey still couldn't believe Emma's story. Then Takemichi said, Emma? Yeah? Your brother Kurakawa Izana. Anything else you remember about him? Emma said, I'm not sure. I was only with him until I was 3. Ah. But. He seemed to be really close with Big Bro Shin. Wait here, alright? Then Emma went to get something. Turns out Emma came back with a box. A tin box? What is this? Then Emma said, a memento from Big Bro Shin. Found them while I was clearing his belongings. Then Takemichi opened the box. A stack of letters. From Kurakawa Izana? Emma said, perhaps. All the letters in this tin box are from Kurakawa Izana. I never read them but just look at the amount of those letters. I'm pretty sure they get along well. Then Draken said, get along you say? This shit is creepy. Then they look for clues regarding Kurakawa Izana. Takemichi said, it looks like he's just writing about what happened in his daily life. Then Draken found something, this here is probably the first letter he sent. Then Draken read out the contents of the letter. Dear Shinichiro-sama. Thank you for visiting me. I'm glad to hear that I have a family. Draken said, I wonder how he knew about Izana. After reading one of the piles of letters from Izana, Mikey said, I see now. I'll be getting some fresh air. Just then Takemichi was wondering, what's up with him? Then Draken read the letter that Mikey had read before. Dear Shinichiro. Lately, I've been having a lot of headaches. It hurts. It must be his fault. Please stop talking about Manjiro. Draken said, Kurakawa Izana had been separated from his family since he was a child. And the first person he met from his family was Shinichiro. If Shinichiro was the only support he has, then what are his thoughts on Mikey? Takemichi started to think. Well, Shinichiro let Izana take over Black Dragon. But when he said he left Black Dragon for Mikey instead, how would Kurakawa Izana think about that? Emma said, jealousy? Draken said, yeah, he holds a great amount of jealousy towards Mikey. A grudge. I also realized something. That battle when Tokyo Manji got formed 9th generation captain of Black Dragon. Madarame Shion said something. We will carry on. The 8th generation will. Takemichi is shocked. 8th generation's will? The 8th generation's captain was Kurakawa Izana? Draken said, yeah, 9th generation Black Dragon involved themselves with Kazutora. And out of jealousy, what if it was Kurakawa Izana's plan to destroy Mikey from there on? What if the whole conflict was all Kurakawa Izana's grudge? With a shocked face, Takemichi said, and after Shinichiro passed away, he created Tenjiku, and brought them here. This time he did it to kill Mikey. To end his own little brother. Alright, it turns out that the reason why Tenjiku wants to destroy Tokyo Manji has been revealed. Kurakawa Izana is the one who is responsible for all of this. Just because he was jealous of Mikey. And he felt that he had no other family besides Shinichiro. On the other hand, Shinichiro cares more about Mikey. Izana is desperate to kill Mikey for his revenge. The biggest Tomen brawl in history has begun. Will Tenjiku succeed in destroying Tokyo Manji? Or is it the other way around? After discussing, Takemichi returned to his house, and after that Takemichi called Chifuyu to come to his house. Takemichi said, sorry for calling you out here of all the sudden, Chifuyu. So you got some info? Yeah, and there's a lot. Takemichi briefly told Chifuyu the information he got earlier. Chifuyu said, so Tenjiku was made under Izana's grudge towards high-own blood-related brother Mikey. Damn. Who would have known he was also involved with Tokyo Manji's formation? Then Takemichi said, I need to tell this to you. From now on I'll be handling this myself. You don't have to get involved. What are you saying? Naoto died. What? And I really can't go back to the future anymore. There will be no next time. I don't know why. But we'll make up with Tenjiku somehow. And the reasons to why Mikey feels under the hands of Izana and Kazaki. I'll end it all. This whole shitty sibling fight. I will kill Izana and Kazaki. Then Chifuyu said, then what will happen to the first division? Takemichi said, this is a fight of my own. Chifuyu said, then you should explain this to them. When you invited me, I called the rest of them too. Listen here, Takemichi. This isn't just a sibling fight. Shinichiro made a legendary team. And Izana destroyed it when he inherited it. It was Mikey who then crushed that strayed gang. In the midst of all that mess, Tokyo Manji was born. And I met him. This sibling fight is related to Tokyo Manji. This is also a battle to all of us in Tokyo Manji. It's definitely First Division's battle too. Just talk to them, and they'll definitely listen to you. That's what a leader is supposed to do, right? Suddenly Akin and the gang came. They say, let's do it. Huh? You guys? We were a bunch of slaves to some other delinquents before, but Mikey saved us all. Destroy this Kurakawa Izana guy. Mikey's enemy is Tokyo Manji's enemy. And that's a fact. Didn't we tell you it's lame to say things like I'll do this myself? Then Akun said. And in case you meant it when you said you'd stab them to death, I will help you out. Then Chifuyu held Takemichi's shoulder and he said, our team isn't as weak as you think. So don't go trying to do things alone. Then in a loud voice, Takemichi said, all right. Let's start the first division strategy meeting. Us! Suddenly someone got out of the car, and he screams, is the first division captain there? Huh? The hell? We were just starting. Then Takemichi looked out the window, Tokyo Manji's uniform? But who? Then he said, come down. After that, Takemichi went out of the house to approach that person. This guy is the 5th Division's captain. Muto Yasuhiro, or Mucho. Then Chifuyu said, this is bad Takemichi. Huh? This guy is pretty dangerous within Tokyo Manji. Then Mucho got out of the car, and he said, yo. Hanagaki. Chifuyu said, be careful Takemichi. Suddenly all the members of the 5th Division's Tokyo Manji came. And they arrested the members of the Tokyo Manji 1st Division. Takemichi is still wondering what really happened. Suddenly, Hanagaki. Mucho hits Takemichi, and makes Takemichi fall to the ground. Then Mucho lifted Takemichi's body, and gave Takemichi blows over and over. Mucho said, keeping secrets is not allowed in Tokyo Manji. Right? Finally Mucho's punches stopped, after realizing that Takemichi had passed out. On the other hand, the members of the 1st Division are still wondering what really happened. Then Mucho said, the whole deal with Izana. Involving yourself with redundant work. Izana? Sanzu. Put him in the car. After being beaten, and had fainted, Takemichi wakes up and he coughs up blood. Where am I? It's dark, I can't see. Mucho came and he said, you're awake Hanagaki? Alright. The whole conflict with Tenjiku. You know something, don't you? Look beside you Hanagaki. After that Sanju turned on the light in the room. Mucho said, all the actors are here. Let's begin, shall we? At that time Takemichi was surprised by the state of Inui and Koko with a swollen face, and full of wounds. These two? Inui and Koko. Why are they? Koko said, so even Takemichi got caught, huh? Ghost of S62. S62? Do you mean the guys in Tenjiku? What do you mean? Then Inui said, this guy was originally buddies with Kurakawa Izana and the rest. The 6 of them who got out from juvie. The brutal generation. 5 years ago. As seen in this scene, the prisoners are exercising. Then seen there Mucho, Rindo and Ran Haitani, Mochi, Madarame Shion, and Kurakawa Izana. So these are the members of S62 who will destroy Tokyo Manji. Then Mucho said, that has nothing to do with you guys. Izana is my problem. Takemichi wonders, this guy, what's up with him? Then Takemichi said, Mucho, why did you bring me here? Mucho took a chair, and dragged it in front of Takemichi. Then he sat down. And he said, we the 5th Division are Tokyo Manji's special unit. We're a special unit that has a permit to dispute with other members when seen fit. Simply put, we are Tokyo Manji Discipline Commit. We are allowed to punish those who betray Tokyo Manji, without getting any permission from the president. Mikey put me, the strongest among all division captains, in charge of this special unit. Takemichi thought back. So that means Mucho isn't Tenjiku's side? He's a good person? Then Takemichi said, So does that mean I did something suspicious? Mucho said, you know, my motto is, a suspect's guilt must be proved beyond reasonable doubt. Huh? Wait a minute, are you saying I did something? Mucho said, who knows? I didn't know. Then Inui said, Izana, right? I had a connection with Tenjiku's Kurakawa Izana. Then a flashback of Inui and Izana is shown. At that time Izana said, the reason why I have you by my side, even though you are 2 years younger, is because you are a useful guy. Please support the 9th generation as well. I'm counting on you. Inui said, me, who was aiding Izana, entered the 1st Division. The 1st Division is Tokyo Manji's traitor, Tenjiku's spy, and the mastermind behind it all is Hanagaki Takemichi. That's what you're thinking, isn't it, Mucho? Takemichi said, I'm Tokyo Manji's traitor? He's wrong. Then Koko said, Hanagaki isn't the traitor. Then Inui said, Mucho, you've got it all wrong. We're not betraying Tokyo Manji at all. Now kneel and apologize to us. Damn it. We're not gonna tell anyone. We don't know anything. Then Mucho said, what have you guys been blabbering about? You guys aren't involved in our special duty that I've mentioned. Robbery, assault, narcotics. Me and Izana did all that bad shit. Izana? Then we created a team of our own. We were feared as the brutal generation. We owned the era. Then Izana for some reason left. Things got boring, so Mikey took me. Do you get it now, Hanagaki? I was the one of the founding members of Tenjiku. Takemichi was taken aback, and he said, so, you're saying you're betraying Tokyo Manji? Mucho said, things would have been different if I met Mikey first. And now Izana is back in the gang. You guys are now my enemy. Your life ends here. Inui, why do you guys want to serve under Hanagaki? Is it because you don't want to be used again? Inui, last time you served under 10th generation captain, Shiba Taiju, right? You used his strength to rebuild Black Dragon. Then Mucho said to Koko, then what Taiju wanted in return is Kokonoi Hajime to be in Black Dragon. Do you know why Taiju wanted Hajime Kokonoi? Hanagaki. Kokonoi is a genius in making money. And what Izana wanted to use is that power. Financial power. Huh? Then Takemichi realized something. So the one who was making money wasn't Taiju? That's right. Whichever timeline the future was. Kokonoi Hajime. The one who's been holding the money in Tokyo Manji is this guy. Then Mucho said, and what's annoying about you, Kokonoi, is that you only listen to Inui. And somehow Inui was freshly prepared under Hanagaki. That's why I must kill Inui and Hanagaki. If the person you always tag along with is gone, you have no choice but to go under Tenjiku, right? That's too much. Now then, Kokonoi joins Tenjiku. Or I will kill these two. You have got two choices. Then Mucho said to Takemichi, Hanagaki. Mikey isn't Izana's only plan. Kokonoi's financial power, Kazaki's brain, and Mikey's charisma. He can make full use of those three, and make the greatest criminal organization. The S62 generation are now 18 years old. Shit like Bosozoku are for kids. Kokonoi. If you join Tenjiku, I will let go of Hanagaki and Inui. So, what's your choice, Kokonoi? Takemichi approached Koko and he said, Koko, you don't have to listen to that shit bastard. Then Takemichi stood up and said, Mucho. Create the greatest criminal organization, you say? Even if I die, that won't happen. Takemichi tries to make up his mind. As if that happens in the future. This battle I keep on losing. I've found the key to win it. I will definitely not hand Kokonoi to these assholes. Then Takemichi said, Kokonoi Hajime is a member of the 1st Division. I won't hand my subordinate to the likes of you. I just need to protect Coco. That's how I win. Alright. I'm motivated. I won't hand over Coco to the likes of Tenjiku. Coco was touched by Takemichi's words. Hanagaki? Then Mucho said, and then what? There's no way you can win against me. Then with a smile, Takemichi said, you don't get it, do you, Mucho? This isn't about winning or losing. Then Inui remembers what Shinichiro said in the past, and those words look the same as what Takemichi said now. Takemichi took a deep breath, and he made up his mind. And I won't die either. Let's go. Suddenly the scene changes at the dump. Just then, Takemichi woke up from his stupor. Then Takemichi remembers the incident before he passed out. I'm with you, Hanagaki. Mucho said, you brats should just die. What will you do now, Kokonoi? At this rate, these two will die, won't they? Coco, who could not stand to see the two of them being beaten by Mucho, to stop Mucho, Coco said, enough, Mucho. I'll do as you say. So please let them go. Then Mucho freed them both. That's how it happened before Takemichi passed out, and was thrown in the trash with Inui. Then shown the scene of Takemichi carrying Inui, who was seriously injured, to the hospital. On the way to the hospital, Inui said, Hanagaki, I'm sorry. I couldn't do anything. I couldn't protect Coco. Takemichi said, it's alright, Inui. They won't kill Coco. Tenjiku only wants Coco to recreate the brutal generation. Inui, I misunderstood you guys. I thought you guys were with Tenjiku, or some other irredeemable bastards. But you guys helped me out. Coco sacrificed himself for us. You two are good people. You guys are my friends. I won't let Tenjiku have Coco. I'll do whatever it takes to get him back. That's why it's alright, Inui. Then Inui asked Takemichi, how are you gonna get him back? Takemichi said, I will think about it from now on. Yeah, right. I will find a way, okay? Then Inui said, put me down, Hanagaki. Come with me. After that, Inui took Takemichi somewhere. That place is Inui and Coco's hideout. Hideout? More like some abandoned building? Come on in. We can treat our wounds here. While treating their wounds, Inui said, I have a reason why I wanted to revive the Black Dragon. Coco. He has always been with me wherever I go. Even when I'm such a useless person, he's always there to support me. Because of that, I do die for Coco. Suddenly Inui bowed down in front of Takemichi. Then he said, and I too, entrust my life with you. Please carry on, Black Dragon. Please become the 11th generation Black Dragon president. What? Hanagaki. Please save Coco. Please save us. Because Takemichi took a long time to respond to Inui's request, and felt his request was too difficult. Inui diverts the conversation. Inui said, sorry, Takemichi. The hell am I gonna do now? You know, this used to be Shinichiro's bike shop. You mean Mikey's older brother? Yeah. For punks like us, this was our gathering spot. Inui says, it sure doesn't look like it. There used to be a bunch of cool bikes standing in a row at the sides. And Shinichiro will always be there, tinkering. All the seniors who came. It's as if they were shining, they looked so cool. Those cool seniors were also polite with Shinichiro. He is my hero. Takemichi was surprised to hear those words. So you must have been in Black Dragon since. Inui replied, I want to bring back that era of when Shinichiro formed Black Dragon. In this bike shop, I've heard a lot of fun stories from the seniors of that glorious era. They looked so happy, reminiscing when Shinichiro was the captain. And then Shinichiro will always stay humble and awkward. It's nice, isn't it? To be able to talk about all the crazy things you did in the old days. And laugh about it with your friends. Then Inui told the story, when he first entered the Black Dragon. I've always admired such a team. That's why I joined Black Dragon. But by the time I joined Black Dragon, it was the 8th generation. Kurakawa Izana was president. The 8th and 9th generations did all the criminal things like drugs, assault, and robbery. The 1st generation will completely disappear. Slowly, I got tainted by that team. That good old Black Dragon I used to know was no more. I panicked when Black Dragon died for a while. That's when I sought help from Shiba Taiju. From there on, you know what happened. Man, what the fuck have I been doing? Then Takemichi said, Inui, there is someone I want to save. Because of that, I've been working hard. But I'm so useless. I keep on failing. So, Inui. Then Takemichi stood up and said, I really understand how you feel. I'll take over Black Dragon. From now on, I am Tokyo Manji Gang's 1st Division Captain. And the 11th generation Black Dragon Captain. Then Takemichi reached out his hand to Inui. Then he said, be prepared. I will bring back Koko. Defeat Kazaki, Izana, and Tenjiku. You will come with me? Then Inui said, I entrust my life to you. So in the end Takemichi accepted Inui's request to become the 11th generation Black Dragon president. And now Takemichi has 2 important positions in the world of delinquents. The first, he became the captain of the 1st division of the Tokyo Manji Gang. And second, as the 11th generation president of Black Dragons. So ended this episode. What do you think? What will happen in the next episode? So don't forget to like and subscribe to this channel so you don't miss the latest videos from us. Thanks for watching, and see you later.